Sounds good. Good evening, everybody. Men, women, the alphabet community. I want to welcome you all to the stream tonight with a game that has dire consequences for both teams. I'll get into that in a second. I'm joined again with my pleasure by the healer from Phoenix Rising Citrine, Lamort. Good evening, sir. How are you doing this evening?
Doing good. Happy to cast with you once again, Spar.
Always great to have you, my friend. All right, so we'll quickly get into the maps, and then I'll explain the consequences. We have Phoenix Rising Sapphire, Icecrown Citadel, Queens. It's a Division E East matchup. Uh, Phoenix Rising won the coin toss and elected for map pick. So in that case, they banned Garden of Terror and Braxis Holdout, and the Ice Crown Citadel Queens, who I might just refer to as Queens for the rest of the match, I don't know, have banned Volskaya Foundry and Alterac Pass. Now, the reason why this matchup is um, really special for both teams is that both teams are currently sitting near the bottom of the pool with a three-way tie. So a domination and at 3 points will give them the 8 points that they need to put them into playoff contention. So either team with a domination tonight has a pretty decent chance of possibly making the playoffs. And if it goes to 3 games, which is a caster I'm hoping, then they will have 7 points, and that'll put them just shy. However, there's still a few weeks left of the NGS season, season 11, that is. And so, right now, it's like any other playoff berth. The season's winding down, both teams fighting for that last spot in the playoffs, if not a bit higher. So tell me your thoughts on what's going to happen tonight, or what you think would happen.
Well, like you said, I think this is going to be pretty competitive between these two teams. They're both looking to try and confirm those points later in this season, and we should be getting some good games here. I'm curious to see what kind of game plan they've come in, if they've put a little extra scouting this week, maybe, into the other team. It should be good to see what kind of preparation both teams have put in.
All right. Well, I'm going to let them know. I want to thank everybody for joining the stream tonight. If you are new, please leave a follow. It doesn't hurt any, and it doesn't cost anything, and it helps me out greatly. As well as it shows Lamort the love, so we can try and get him into casting games as well as co-casting. So I'm just going to let the teams know we're ready because they're all sitting in the lobby. So let's get this going. All right, told them casters ready. Good luck to the teams. Now we just gotta wait to see when they are. So how are you doing tonight, my friend Lamort?
Doing good. Excited to get this game going along the way. What do you think about this first pick, Towers of Doom, Spar?
I know it's a comfort pick for Phoenix Rising Sapphire. They've had pretty good success with it. So, I mean, giving up first pick for this map, I I can see their reasoning. So, yeah, let's get into the draft, guys, and or people, and see how this works out. We can have more information once the draft is completed. And for those who don't know, this is my ugly face. Lamort doesn't like to be on camera because, again, like I said last night, his beauty and awesomeness just outshines me. So I'm okay him having just a black hole by his name, you know.
I think it's more the opposite, Spar. I don't want to get outshone by someone
Yeah,
as devilishly handsome as you.
yeah, okay, sure. I have a scalp that airplanes land on, so I'll take your word for it. All right, so we are heading into the draft. If your team was to be playing this map, what would you guys? How would you like to build your team?
Well, typically, we really do like to have some sort of off laner that excels in dual soaking, just to be able to have that 4-man pressure bot. Um, so I could see that kind of being maybe a prio in these drafts, as we do see that Sonya ban, someone that is pretty effective in um, the off lane and that dual soak role.
Oh, for sure. And the variant ban I know is definitely targeted to Kobe. I really think he excels on this map when he's playing. His variant is like it just seems so comfortable when he's playing it. So I can respect that ban. Now for their second ban, we are going to have Brightwing. Trying to put they have Lagwagon healing tonight, not Fluff. Um, is Lamort really loud? Okay, I can turn him down. All right, talk for a little bit. Give us your overview, and I can set your volume.
Hello, hello, hello.
Yeah, I think that looks better. I'll adjust it in game as well. Or, hey, Jimmy, if I'm loud or the game volume's too loud or Lamort is too loud in game, just again, please let me know. I can adjust it as we go. So we have the Joanna ban. I think that's just a great ban in general. I mean, if somebody gets a hold of a tower, she can just be a pain to stall taking that tower back while the team's doing something else. And we have a first pick Malfurion. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think a lot of people have been playing Malfurion a little bit more often recently, especially with the changes on his level one. He's been proven to show a lot more often.
All right, and we have Tychus and Diablo, both strong picks on this map.
Yeah, two really good power picks here from Sapphire. See how Queens responds.
I'm curious. They go, oh, May and Jaina, so they're bringing out the frost tonight,
Yep.
which I can actually appreciate because living in Canada, we woke up today and it was snowing again. So, I mean, winter's not leaving us yet. So I'm okay with the ice ladies. And they
Fits
are
the
ice
day.
queens, right? I mean, both of them.
It's true. Yeah, that slow combination will be very interesting to see. It'll really allow Jaina, I think, to get a lot more value out of her kit with that May setup.
We have a diva ban. So, who do you think would be a good DPS for that? I'm looking and I'm thinking like a Greymane could be really strong with that slow composition.
Yeah,
Um,
I think a Greyman is definitely an option here. I think he will offer that percent damage that is a little lacking for that Diablo. Get that cursed bullet can allow for a little bit more ways to deal with that Diablo.
yeah, and there are a few too. I mean, they could take Tracer. Tracer would be good with Malfurion. Um, I could also see maybe a Hyper Carry or a Vala. She could be really strong for Icecrown Citadel Queens.
Yes, for sure. See
Oh,
that Gazlowe.
we're in for a treat. Drapes gets to play as Gazlo. Looking forward to it. So, wondering who they're going to take for the offlane. Diva's been banned. Sonya's been banned. Leoric is still up. Zool, who I think is pretty strong on this map especially,
I
is
agree. I
still
think
is still up.
I think Azul could be a good pick here. A Malfail potentially to be picked up.
Yeah, I agree. Well, let us see their fourth and fifth picks.
Wow,
Kerrigan Thrall.
interesting.
So Thrall against Gaz
Mm-hmm.
could be pretty close. I think, depending on the bill, I think Thrall might win early until about level 7, and I think Gaz comes online when he has stronger turrets. So that's going to be exciting to watch. And the Lucio pick, I'm really excited to see what Lagwagon can do with Lucio. Oh,
Yeah.
and a Li Ming. Wow. All right, so we're doing our swap round. I don't think anybody's going to be swapping, as I know most of the players on both teams. And I'm really glad everybody tuned in for the match tonight. I mean, really respect. I mean, this is a game with a lot of um, an end result can definitely change. So both teams are shooting for domination. I know that for a fact. However, I honestly think this is going to go 3 games. I just don't see a domination. But we shall see. Would you like to introduce Phoenix Rising Sapphire to the audience?
Yeah, for sure. We're gonna have Stitch on that Li Ming. Uh, Bloody Drapes will be playing that Gazlo as mentioned, who he is known for. And then Lagwagon will be playing that Lucio for us. Diablo, played by This Is Covey, and Cena on that Tychus.
All right, and on the red team, we have Jen playing the Kerrigan, Nurse playing the Malfurion, Destroyer Mishi playing the Thrall, Mulder on Jaina, and Valks Lays on the May. Let's meet in the middle. Let's zoom out so we can see the action and bring up level 1 talents for everybody.
10 seconds.
Anything in the level 1 talents that have been picked so far stand out to you?
4.
Nothing too much. I do like how we see the Rolling Thunder, or other people say Green Lightning for Thrall.
Right.
That will be a good response to the Diablo. Thrall can go into that more percent type damage and can help respond to that Diablo. As well as we do see the party mix from the Lucio. Not something I've seen too often, but we'll see how fast he can get that stacked.
Surprise no level 1 by Kobe yet. Are you thinking, is he debating maybe Spell Shield as a pick?
I could see it. If he is a little bit worried about like that burst damage from Jaina, I think maybe he could find some value. I'm curious to see where he chooses to head.
Everybody has selected except Kobe at this moment. And
Yeah, we also see the. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
We also see the Emerald Dreams from the Malfurion, the recent change, recent talent addition, I should say, to Malfurion. That sleep after the duration of the roots can really pose a good threat and a little extra CC.
Oh, I think we have a camp invade here. 4-man stopping in. Oh, they have Lucio
wow.
pegged.
Yep. See, there was that sleep that I was just talking about. It allowed a little bit extra CC, allowed Kerrigan to get in position and really set up that kill.
And unfortunately, Kobe wasn't on the point to help stall that out. And they are going to be baiting them, I would like to say the wrong way for these pumpkin sappers, but maybe Center has a plan just to keep the craft killed there. Meanwhile, Icecrown Citadel Queens are on their own sapper camps. First objective should be called very shortly, about 30 seconds, I think. And the 4-man is doing its thing. Looks like Gaz is trying to double soak. But I think he has to be a little careful. Go ahead.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see if it is going to be dual soaking. Both these heroes do struggle in that dual soaking department, so I think we are going to be looking more at the 4-man, really trying to catch that mid wave. Obviously, Diablo just missing the combo by Kerrigan, getting rooted and slapped. He should be okay though.
Yep. Sorry, I was just adjusting the volumes. So for anybody in the audience, let me know if the game volume, my volume, or Lamort's volume is too high, and I can adjust it. Just wanted to tweak it down a little bit. Winter Pearl, thank you very much for the follow. Much appreciated. Oh, Kobe gets trapped out.
Getting cut out. Yeah, these roots are being really well placed by Nurse. I've been really liking how he's been placing these roots. They've really been able to set up Kerrigan a lot here.
So it looks like Icecrown Citadel has managed to take 2 of the objective points with that death onto the Diablo. Gazlo was able to get 1 in the top, so that's a small consolation prize, I guess you would say.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I mean, we have 3 versus 4 in the bot currently. Gaz is managing to sneak in some double soak, giving his team some advantage, not putting himself at risk at all. However, they are diving down. That sleep is going to follow by a sleep. I mean, this root followed by a sleep. And you're right, that nurse is really on point with his root, and that sleep effect is just, it's really buying that extra, like you almost have an extra hero or a free ability on your team.
Yeah, it really will help maybe get one more tick of Blizzard, get a little extra time for Kerrigan to hit her combo. So it should be good to see how well they can really use that talent into their comp.
No invade this time. Looks like they're trying to get Kobe from behind. There's a root with the sleep. Dive onto Volskaya, but she's able to pop May's trait. And 2 objectives are spawning in the top. I'm just going to keep the action here in the bottom to see what's going to go on with these pumpkin sappers. And it looks like one is channeled. Nope. They are now up. So Drapes is right away onto his.
Yeah, looks like Drapes will be able to cap this. Looks like it's just going to be a trade here. Unless they do look to stall. Nah, looks like they're just going to give it. Catch those pumpkins.
We have about a quarter of a level lead in the favor of the Queens. However, they're sticking to their guns with their 4-man in bot. And they see them disappear off the map. So Drapes is going to clear up that mid. Good stun by Kobe. Oh, almost. I really think as the teams, especially Sapphire, as they scale and maybe get their 10s, those small skirmishes are going to turn into deaths. Kobe caught, Kobe slept. Kobe down again.
Yeah, until he gets his souls, he's going to be punished pretty heavily here. Jaina does offer a lot of burst damage, especially now that she's completed her level 1 rather pretty quickly, and now we see that her level 1 and 4 going to that more high spell power burst damage. Also, we see the Ring of Frost being locked in for her, as well as Twilight Dream for the Malfurion and Ultralisk for Kerrigan, and waiting on the Thrall and May to pick their 10s here.
I'm going to think... Oh, Avalanche was the pick. Oh, I'm surprised. I was just going to say Icewall would be a great follow-up to the Ring.
Yeah, I was actually thinking the same thing, especially with like that, the Ice Wall, you got the Ring, that Earthquake to slow them down, Twilight Dream even, you kind of have that little wombo there. But we'll see if Val can maybe make some plays here with Avalanche.
Yeah, Kobe is fully stacked now, and Lucio did finish his Party Mix quest. Let's see if they're going to call Gazlo down. I think they are. That goes, I see Grab a Bomb happening right away. Oh, and they get May. Ring of Frost goes out. Kobe's trying to run.
Yeah, great beat there by Lagwagon to keep Kobe up.
Oh, for sure. And they are going to get the channel. Good job by Phoenix Rising Sapphire to even up the score. Getting 2 kills out of that ordeal, and they are just going to push right away. Go for this camp.
Yeah, I mean, they should be able to get it uncontested with Jaina still being down for another second. Just now spawning.
I like what Stitch is doing. He's going to try and come down and be a little bit annoying. And try and keep their focus in the lane as opposed to trying to counter push the Sapper camp that's being taken by Phoenix Rising currently at the moment. Let's just take a look at the off lane. Drapes is still in a little bit of a hurt. I really think that Rolling Thunder is doing well for Thrall against Drapes.
Yeah, I agree. And so how do you think Queens can maybe turn their fight a little bit different to win that 10 fight like we just saw?
Their execution has to be more on point. They can't take the chance of letting somebody get caught, especially with into a grab a bomb, and they have to be careful of the APOC and the sound barrier. I mean, that sound barrier can do a lot of work.
Ooh, wow. Speaking of, there it is. Like you just said, the execution was performed very well. And Tychus will fall as well. Yeah, there you go. There's the execution that you were just mentioning.
I think I'll chalk that one up to overzealousness on the side of Phoenix Rising. They both had 12. You know, the deaths gave 13. So now they pretty much have to give up this objective. You know, Kobe's basically a puppy dog. He does get a stall, however.
I just missed the stall with the APOC.
Well, he did miss it, yeah. And Thrall is taking that top camp. Drapes is a little late to the party to notice it. And Kobe needs to be careful because now he only has 8 souls. I was surprised. I'm surprised that Diablo didn't take the auto attack self heal for his level 4 to go into that.
It looks like he's going into that almost kind of old school Q build.
Right.
I feel like it's still super strong, especially if he can get those stacks on 13. It'll be interesting to see if he can how fast and how quickly he could get those.
Yeah, I mean, I think right now the map is going, you know, how we thought. I mean, the 3 deaths that happened. I think some lag could have dropped the beat as soon as he was seeing the Ring of Frost go out, because that would have gone quicker. That could have saved Kobe. However, big grab a bomb. They're going up for the kill. Ring of Frost doesn't matter. Carrigan's go down. Avalanche gets a couple. There's the sleep. There's the stun, and the Gazlo's trying to get safe. Kobe dies. Odin's popped. So 1-for-1 trade.
A 1-for-1 trade. APOC is still available, but Diablo's down for 20. Looks like Queens are giving up the bottom side of the map, maybe looking to contest, and might be able to find a kill on Drapes if he's not careful here.
He doesn't have grab bomb yet.
Oh, you're welcome.
So the team is rotating up to support him.
Oh, no problem.
Wow.
I think they got him.
Trying to get your mother over here at least once a week for dinner, so
5 seconds on the grab a bomb. Kobe throws APOC
send
out.
home with a bunch of stuff.
Does buy some time.
Just gotta stop having her give it away to everybody. No.
Grab a bomb is up. And it's used.
Here,
Well, I
just
send her
misses.
home with food. Give
Does
most
create
away.
separation from the channel though, but Kobe without fully stacked, he is just a puppy
But
dog.
this one was for you.
And we see Li Ming trying to get some damage from this bot side, but doesn't look like she can
You're very
quite
welcome.
connect these orbs.
He's gonna see if he can get up.
And she did go glass cannon. So Stitch will have to play a little bit careful, but if she does go the full orb build, I mean, I think she can lay a lot of smackdown damage.
Well, we'll see
We
what
are
happens.
currently at 24-16
Yep,
for
for sure.
core shots in the favor of Icecrown Citadel Queens.
Alright,
And
you
for
want
those who are
me
new
back
to the
footage?
stream, my co-caster, whose voice you hear, is Lamote from Phoenix Rising Citrine. He is our healer.
You're welcome.
So he gives me some insight into
Bye-bye.
the healing perspective and just overall game knowledge. The Citrine is, I think, one of the stronger teams in the Phoenix Rising organization. And I'm really glad to have him along.
Well, I appreciate you letting me be here.
Ah. Hey, anything I can do to help, create more casters type of thing, I'm all for. So now they have a 5-man at 16, and they are going to look to see what.
Oh, we see the APOC commitment here. The same great CC chain there. Just missing the gravel, but
I think they got her,
wow, great play there.
and I think
Oh, Lagwagon just barely gets out, but
Sam
Not
barrier in
good.
5 seconds. And he does have Rejuvenancia, so that's that healing percentage is gonna be much more of a help. Um, Kobe just needs to really get his stacks so he can play the Lord of Terror as a Lord of Terror. Just,
100%.
just not a lord.
Yeah.
Some old feudal lord from a time gone past. I like the aggression shown by the Lagwagon on the Lucio. You know, not being afraid to try and get in there and getting a boop. Grenade creates another stall.
Yeah, great dodge there by Cinar on the Kerrigan combo. Popping Odin here. Should just
Missed
missing
it.
his call.
Oh.
Oh, great orb there though.
Oh, that and a grab bomb right with it. Jaina goes down. Avalanche catches the Odin. Thrall goes down. The Earthquake was popped though, so they're, and it looks like Cinar is going to try and push with the Odin while it's active. Oh no, never mind. It just disappeared. However, that was a really nice pickup for Phoenix Rising Sapphire. I mean, it really looked like Icecrown Citadel Queens were so on point and protected. And I think just that one orb sneaking through and doing the damage is what sent them really, you know, to get secure that 2-man kill.
Yeah.
Your thoughts?
I completely agree. We're finally starting to see like some of these orbs that Stitch is building into start to hit. And we do see the damage that they can put out, especially on a squishier target like that Jaina.
I guess I would say I'm a little surprised. They didn't maybe try and bring the 5-man down and take that fort. However, I think their call is just to get to 20 now, because 20 is their next fight.
Yeah, I think they've been a little bit behind throughout this game, so just this little bit of advantage. I think they're looking to press this advantage and try to get 20. Maybe trying to set up a gank here mid, seeing if
Kobe
will
spotted
rotate down, but Kobe spots it out. It seems.
Yeah, and I like that Kobe's trying. He was doing his job as a tank, trying to create the separation and denying those. But this fort is going over to Phoenix Rising Sapphire. That's the first fort of the game, with an objective being called.
Yeah, I mean, getting this bot bell tower, as everyone knows, is super important. As we see the Avalanche to zone off on the point here.
Oh, big jive onto Gaslow. Big sound barrier goes out. Kobe's in a little bit of trouble. He's in a lot of bit of trouble. And it looks like they're going to back off.
Yeah, as I was saying, getting this bot bell tower really forces the enemy team to come through these two chokes around these towers, but Queens made it look a little easy.
I'm surprised they didn't wait for Jaina to get that bottom bell tower back to get full shots onto the core. I mean, they are going boss now, so that'll take it down to 5 shots. But they could have had it at 4, and the next objective, if I'm not mistaken, should be the triple again. Oh no, it's just a double.
Yeah, but I agree. I think they could have waited just a little bit longer, gotten an extra shot. I think they were maybe a little scared because they wanted to go for the boss as well, but I think they would have had time to do both.
I totally agree. The one good thing is Kobe is now back up, and he has that 88 stacks for his being a demon lord. So he should have 100. So if he keeps himself alive for this next engage, he should do all right.
Yeah, and we're going to be seeing a lot of blinking this game as we see Hellgate taken from Kobe, Psionic Shift, and Ice Blink on the side of Queens. As we see one blink there to get out.
Grab bomb. Traps Jane. Oh, the Malfurion is toast.
Just completely deleted there.
Nice sound barrier. And he did take the upgrade, so it decays quicker, but it's available a lot sooner. So, and I love taking that talent when I play Lucio. Right? It's just, I mean, you get immediate fix, and then you got about 25, 30 seconds, and then you have that quick shield again. Not as strong as just sound barrier by itself, however. Kobe doing his thing with his 100 points. He does not want to die. He does, so he is back right away.
Yeah, they get the bot altar. Queen's pretty low. Kerrigan's looking to heal on that Chrysalis.
Sound barrier gets popped again. Thrall goes down.
Kerrigan combo missed. They should be able to run them off here and get this other altar.
Looks like Stitch and Lag are going. Oops, just Stitch. He's going to be channeling that one. That's going to bring him down to 12. So we have 5 to 12. Boss is up in 2 minutes. And they are trying to paint the map as blue as they possibly can.
Yeah, I think they're going to really try to take control of the map again and try to use this advantage that they have to really get back in the game and points-wise. We see a great Twilight Dream from the Malfurion, a blink from Cody
Nice.
to get out.
Nice sound barrier. And they did take the fort, though. And Kerrigan took Bolt, so not, or Prison Psionic Shift, not the Rebirth on the Ultralisk. I like the pickup. I think the Ultralisk could give them a bit more value, you know. However, I agree with both talents, and they are definitely trying to work on this. So 5 people coming in. It's an all defense on the bottom, so I don't think they're going to be able to save it. APOC goes out.
Crystal's down on Kerrigan. They interrupt on the Avalanche.
Nice done. Stitch with the resets. Earthquake gets popped. Rejuvenancia coming out, healing literally everybody to full who is in the front line.
Avalanche interrupted again from the Lucio Great Boop.
Yeah, I'm really liking what I'm seeing from really both teams. 12 to 9 in kills, but that does not belay anything. Oh, do they have May trapped? Oh.
She has Avalanche. This could be dangerous if they don't notice that she's here.
Avalanche goes out, misses everybody. Odin gets popped. This is big red button.
Hitting, yep.
Oh.
There's the resets from Li Ming.
So a 4-man wipe. 40 seconds on the boss. I mean, 4, 8. If they take boss and they have time, they have 30 seconds. With only 2 people, if they take boss, they could literally end the game right here. And I know the queens have to know this is the boss, like they're setting up for a boss play here.
Yeah, we see Blade Judge setting up those turrets on the bushes. Diablo will be up a little bit before May here. The queens are a little far away. Kerrigan and Malfurion looks like they're on their way now.
I think this is game.
I think they're just too late.
GG to Phoenix Rising Sapphire for taking game 1 in this best of 3 winner wants to win match. That's really strange to say, but that's basically what it is. Alright, let's look at some stats, everybody. Let's see. 85,000 by Stitch. 0 deaths. Really well played. Cinnamon Tychus is 63. Gaz with 129,000 siege, so top siege goes to him. Way to go, Drapes. Healing, the Lucio at 79,000, which is good. 64 by Malfurion, which is not bad at all, I would say, as far as healer numbers. What about you? Anything stand out to you?
Nothing in particular. We do see, like Stitch, those damage numbers really started amping up as soon as he started landing more of those orbs later in the game. But other than that, I think everything looks good. Looks like how it played.
MVP choices? Who are your selections?
I'd have to say for Sapphire Stitch, I mean, he really started landing those orbs later in the game, like I mentioned. Especially that one stall in the Jaina that we saw that I think was kind of the turning point that really allowed Sapphire to kind of get back in the game there.
Right.
And then obviously we saw the resets, that 3K from Stitch. And for Queens, I'll have to give it to Nurse. I think those roots, especially early game, were really affecting the way that Sapphire was trying to play. It allowed Jana, May, and Kerrigan to really get the combos that they wanted. What about you?
I actually agree with both your choices. All right, let's do a quick Phoenix Rising, and then we'll get to the map view, guys. Give me 1 sec. So, getting to the maps, we see that the first map, Towers of Doom, was won by Phoenix Rising Sapphire. So, I mean, a lot of teams love first pick, but they chose to go with map, and I think it paid off for them. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, it was looking a little scary there at first, but I think they started to find their footing. They were able to get control of the map late game, which, as we know, Towers does have that tradition of those late game 5 to 4 alter phases. It was a good game 1. I'm excited for game 2.
Me as well. Now, hey, Draves, good game. That really nice game. That first round, you guys did really well. You should feel proud of yourselves. Now, unfortunately, I can't show caster bias, so I'm definitely going to have to cheer for the Queens this next game so that we can go to a game 3. However, if Phoenix Rising decides that they want to upset a caster at the cost of a domination, I can live with that too. What about you, Lamort?
I mean, just like you, game 3 is always the hope and dream, especially after that kind of game 1. It really came down to those last couple shots. So it would be fun to see a game 3. Obviously, Sapphire is looking for that domination, like you said, trying to get those points, trying to get in playoff contention. But the same can be said to Queens. Like, all of a sudden, their playoff contention is now on the chopping block, you could say. So they really want to win this game and win the next to still have that contention.
Just finding out. Okay. All right, and let's update where we're going next. And let everybody see. But we are indeed going to Infernal Shrines again, picked by Phoenix Rising Sapphire. So, not too worried about the first pick. I think they don't mind it as much because if it gives them the last picks, they have the opportunity to counter what they see. So I can agree with that as well. Your thoughts? Do you prefer first pick or map pick?
Personally, I do prefer the first pick, but I can see going map pick as well. They're the ones that put in the scouting. If they see that Queens maybe struggles on a certain map, they can look to punish the lack of maybe macro presence that the other team has. So, both ways, like you said, can really be advantageous. It just really depends on the team. I think Sapphire has a game plan on the map, and if they can make it work, then it'll work.
I 100% agree. So I'm really hoping the Queens, I'm looking for, no matter how this ends, that first game was it's really nice to see two teams that are so evenly matched. It was back and forth the entire game. And really, the only tower takeovers have happened like twice in the bottom tower. So I think both teams defensively played extremely well to not give up a tower advantage.
Yeah, I agree. Both of them were fighting back and forth, really not giving the other team an edge, or at least for too long. So this will also be one of those games where we might see a Punisher go to Sapphire, a Punisher go to Queens, and just this back and forth, see who can get the most damage out of each Punisher.
yeah, definitely going to be exciting.
What
All
do you
right.
think is the? Oh,
Go,
sorry.
no, go ahead.
But, what do you think is the game plan here for Queens to try and get back in the series?
Um, I think stick to their game plan. Um, you know, take their comfort heroes. That they know can win. They probably won't get Sonya, and I would not be surprised to see her banned. Um, I don't want to. I'm not going to give away any of the drafting that I know from Sapphire until they're in the draft. Um, but I think they just need to play their game, and if they stick to what they know, they will pull off the W. I mean, it's a shame I can't share more, but let's get into the draft. And I appreciate everybody. Is Lamort a little quiet now? Okay. I can turn him up slightly. All
Do
right.
you think there's going to be any respect bans here coming out from Queens?
Well, I you can't. Unfortunately, when it comes to Drape, you can't stop his off lane choices because he plays so many, um, especially with the help of your teammate Asmochad, as he sits down with Drapes and helps him out immensely with heroes. They did ban Gazlo, so I mean that I think could be a respect ban, or it's just we're just not gonna we don't want to deal with it on this map because Gazlo on this map is super strong.
I agree.
Regardless who's playing, I mean I could probably play the Gazlo and I don't even offlane or play him, and people would probably ban it from me.
Yeah, I mean those chokes can really pose a threat with that gravel bomb. Those tight spaces around the objectives allow for great gravel bombs. Good ban.
Hey Raj, and no, my razor didn't break. It's still snowing in Canada or where I live, so until the snow stops, the beard grows. And once we're done with the snow, then I'll be nice clean shaven for everybody. So give me about my cast next week. You'll probably see, or if not in a couple of days. Speaking of, I do have another cast I am doing um, tomorrow night. I'll let everybody know the details at the end of the game, not to distract from this one. And I have a cast, I think, on Thursday. Yes, I think I do. So it'll be a busy week for me, so I hope everybody tunes in and follows along. I know I'm casting some really good teams. I have Phoenix Rising Emerald as one of them. Maybe I am. I don't know. I was a sailor, so I don't know. I've been around the world. So I don't know if I'm Bahuman's dad or not. All right, so we have our bands with Sonya and Joanna. So again, Phoenix Rising just saying, nope, we're not playing. We don't want to deal with Joanna. Doesn't matter. And especially on this map. If she goes Falling Sword, I mean, that works off the little skeleton warriors too. So, I mean, yeah, that could be painful. And then we have the Gazlo and the Varian band. So they don't want to deal with a taunt dive party. I can respect that. First pick is the Malfurion again. I mean, if it's not broken, don't fix it. Followed by the May. And Phoenix Rising has the Tychus and the Diablo. And Icecrown is taking the Zool. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I was wondering if they're going to pick up the Jaina. Getting a little deja vu here from last game. The exact same picks coming out, but they do take the Zool. Strong presence on this map like it is on Todd, like you were saying. He's able to go dual soak, split push with those skeleton minions while the objective's active.
Are you thinking he's going to go with the Skeletal Mages or the Poison Nova?
That's a good question. I'm personally a big fan of mages. It allows for that extra slow, but May does offer that slow already. And maybe they are looking for a little bit more damage from that Poison Nova. So I think he could go either way here.
And I know they're banning the Anduin. I would be okay with seeing a Lucio healer again for Lagwagon. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think he hit some really good beats in the last game. He looks confident on the hero. They might hold the Lucio pick here, seeing how there's no real threat to take it, but they could also take it and then hide their last pick.
Well, we shall see. The timer's at 2. Kale Thos. Ah, that's cool. And yes, the Lucio pick, we were right. You know, it's almost like we've played this game so many times, we almost know what we're talking about, Lamort.
Almost. I'm just following along you.
I just think Lucio is a really strong healer on this map. And if I was to be playing in the role of a healer, I would definitely look to Lucio. Oh, and the Deathwing's coming out. So now does Drapes go Leoric?
You consider Leoric.
Or Malthael?
I think both are options here. If Chad has been talking with Drapes a lot, well, there's the Leoric. I was going to say Chad does play Malthael a lot, so maybe there was some influence there, but we do see the Leo. Strong pick. He has that unstoppable, which I think will be helpful with those nurse roots that he was hitting so well last game.
And I could almost see the cause for Entomb. However, I don't think I would be upset at all with Drapes if he was to go with March of the Black King. You know, just to walk through them and do damage. And the level 20 upgrade, I mean, could be scary as heck. If he hits everybody who's close to him, gets hit with a drain life.
Yeah, I think with that triple front line that the Queens are showing here, I don't think that would be a terrible pick. I think he'd get a lot of value, especially if he can hit those 3 frontliners. But who do you think going into this game as we introduce...
Go ahead and introduce Sapphire.
Bloody Drapes on the Leoric that we were just talking about. Stitch playing that Kel'Thas, rocking that Cloud9 mount. Lagwagon on that Lucio. Cinar on the Tychus again. And Covey we see on that Diablo once again.
All right, and for Icecrown Citadel Queens, we have Mulder on the Zool. Nurse again on the Malfurion, which I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do more of. Destroyer Mishi on the May this time. Valk Slays on the Deathwing, and Jen playing the Cassia. This is going to be a good match.
Yes,
All
it
right,
is.
shift
Who do you
out.
think has the advantage here, draft-wise, Bar?
Early game, I think I'm going to have to give it to the Icecrown Citadel Queens. Just for the raw damage that they get, level 1 that they have. But I think if Phoenix can not take many losses and lose a lot, I think when 10s come online, there could be a changing. I mean, like if level 7, like we saw last night, if the Kel'Thas goes the Firebolt build, like the Pyromania and such, he can do a lot of damage to that team, you know, especially when they start to group up. And on these minions, or the objective points, I mean, people are grouped up. So really looking forward to seeing which way we're going to go with this.
Yeah, I think that could definitely work. I expect Sapphires. We see Covey get a little poke on Mishi here. But I expect and hope that Sapphires kind of play a little passive here, just try to get those gloves for Kel'Thas, and just kind of, like you said, just kind of scale to that later game where they get those 10s and can really amp up their team with the Odin, the Lucio beat that he was hitting so well last game, the APOC coming out from Covey. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how both teams play this early phase.
Yeah, Pers. Hey, Xerxes, how you doing tonight, my friend? And yeah, the Deathwing into the Tychus and a Leo, we were commenting on during the draft. So, I mean, Valk Slays is going to have to definitely play on the safer side. I mean, he's going with the basic Draconic Might, which I think is a really nice go-to for any Deathwing player. Some people will argue with me, but I mean, I just it's what I like to deal with. They did deny some experience in the bottom lane. I mean, they are about half a level ahead.
Yeah, they're getting these rotations really well. I do like how Bloody Drapes is coming down and joining the 5-man here. He doesn't really have a necessarily need to be up top. He still can go up there, catch the soak, as he does have Neo Peasants at 4 to help with that minion monster damage.
All right, our first shrine is active, and it's going to be in the top lane. So Kobe's down below, clearing up these minions, getting some stacks. We have the airplane, or the shaman camp, picked up by Phoenix Rising Sapphire, and it looks like they are trying to get their level 6 in mid. Try and buy some times.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to see, kind of like what I was talking about, that Zool play off the objective and try and get these counter pushes in. Get that extra XP, which will be helpful because they are down almost a half level here.
And they have 5. Phoenix Rising has 5 on the objective. Drapes was able to get 15 before it became a fight, which it is now. Big flip.
Yeah. Mishi forced to use the trait there. Kel'Thuz's about to be rooted. Doesn't look like there's too much follow-up for it.
Good coverage by Kobe and Sinner to protect him. Stitch getting another globe, so he's at 11 of 20 he needs. Oh, he catches Mouth with the lift you in the sky.
Coming out here.
There's a lot of low health bars on the side of Phoenix Rising.
Yeah,
Kel'Thuz goes down.
Kobe falling
Kobe's
low.
gonna go, but it's 36 to 12. I mean, do you want a chance going in for the 4? I think you do.
Yeah, I mean, they have Tychus Nade. Leo should be able to finish this off.
And they grab it.
They do get it. Lost a couple lives for it, but it's early. Frozen Punisher. I think they're going to look to just go and soak. They got the Punisher, which means they won't be taking any damage. Maybe push this in a little bit with his 4-man, but really allow Leo to match the Zool in the soak.
They do get the leap onto the Deathwing, but he's pretty much immune, so... But he is taking damage. He doesn't have a lot of energy for this defense, but the Punisher has gone down. I mean, it's basically a 4-minute Punisher.
Yeah, really good damage there for kind of how late the Sapphire was there to the objective. It was very nice that it was a Frozen Punisher, really able to disable those structures, allowing less damage to be inflicted on that Punisher.
Yeah, and they did take out that top wall, so that's a good start. And looks like they're going to sneak an invade here. Spot it out. There's a couple of stuns, but they can't counter it. 5 men. And they are crashing onto Zool. There's a flip.
Shield pop from him, should be okay.
And I think they are going to secure the bottom camp as well.
Yeah, they really are starting to take control of this map. We mentioned that they chose first. They chose map pick over first pick, and we're seeing why here. We're seeing the comfort that they have on this map. We're seeing how they rotate, smooth. They are a little behind on EXP here, but I think mainly that does fall to just those 2 picks that they give up.
Yeah, I mean, they're, what, about a quarter experience? So a 10s will be online for them right away. About a second or 2 behind. No, maybe half a level. No, not even. It's just Drapes cleaning up the minion waves. The 10s are online. And we do see the skeletal mages for the Zool, as we thought. Twilight Dream. We have Ice Wall this time. We're still waiting for Valkyrie or Ball Lightning, which is Ball Lightning. And I have a good feeling we're going to have Fear by Deathwing. Although he might go for the Cataclysm.
Yeah, Cataclysm I think does have an argument on this map with the Punisher value, but we do see the Bellowing Roar. Also, I wanted to mention the level 1 from Malfurion here. Not going with that Emerald Dream, so the sleep is not there, but the longer duration of the root. which I do like how we switched up the talent here a little bit. I think that longer duration is going to allow Cassia to put out more damage. This breath from Deathwing will be able to put out a little bit more damage because it'll be rooted a little bit longer. So a good talent change up here.
So I'm wondering if he's going to go with the breath cooldown on for his abilities, or if he's going to decide to go with the runification where he has his stun every 6 seconds. Be good, nice to see at 13.
Yeah, it would be definitely interesting to see, as we do see, quickly mention these 10s on the side of Sapphire with the Odin, as we saw, was super well used last game, as well as the beat. We see that Phoenix being picked up by the Kel'Thas, and we do see that Entomb that we were talking about earlier with the Leo.
Yeah, like we were saying, there's a call for either one. Here comes Cataclysm. Now he's in a bad spot. He throws his fear, but he's in a bad spot.
Yeah. Great.
Nice ice wall. Oh, here comes a breath weapon. That's going to take care of Kobe.
That's his souls. He will be back. Maybe they could get a little bit more poke on these monkeys with the Odin. Try to keep this a little close. Deathwing is really low, as well as the Mei.
And Kobe's coming back right now. Big dive, big flip. Trait comes out. Deathwing goes down. Trait goes out by Mei. Roots go out.
It's gonna be close.
Another Entomb. There's a flip. Focusing on the Mei right now. They know her trait is not up, so she's going to go down.
Zill's trying to finish off the objectives. 3639, barely get it.
So it's literally a trade-off, they get the Punisher, but they're down their tank, and really they're good pushing with Deathwing.
Yeah, I mean, we were mentioning it earlier, how we really thought this game was going to be a back and forth Punisher, and we're seeing that. Sapphire won the first objective, but lost a couple of members for it, and we see the exact same coming from Queen, so a really competitive game.
And it looks like they're going to get about the same out of it. I mean, they're doing some damage to the fort, but Drape's going to be able to finish this off rather successfully. I think they're going to save this fort.
Yeah, and I wanted to mention that power of Zool really coming in, as we see on this bot lane. This fort taking a lot of damage just from that side push from that Zool. We're seeing that threat that Zool offers as well. Now we're seeing the top wall starting to get a little damage. I'm curious to see how they're going to respond to the split pushing Zool.
Yeah, they did scare him off. So they might have a gank here on him in mid. Oh, maybe not. Team's coming to reinforce.
See the APOC here. Combo on Mei. Skeletal Mage is forced. Looks like they're just going to disengage. Ice wall. Catches KT.
And a freeze.
He has the shield at 1. Should be okay.
Yeah. Hey, Weenus. Nice to see you, man. Thank you for the bits. Awesome to see you, my friend. Yeah, with what's going on, I'm not playing as much, so I just wanted to put my brain into caster mode. It's a safer place to be. I'm really glad you're here, man. Oh, and cheering for the Queens. Yeah, this game, I am cheering for the Queens because I want the game 3. That's caster talking. But it's been a really close match. 15s are online for Icecrown Citadel Queens, with just a fraction behind for Phoenix Rising. So I think 16s are going to come roughly around the same time.
Yeah, especially the way both teams are playing. They're playing pretty passive, looking to catch that soak. They might be looking for a kill on Zool here, top lane. Covey, Zool doesn't expect it.
Oh, an Entomb. Oh, a flip out of the Entomb.
Little counter synergy there. Then Leo dying to those mages.
Yeah, people forget those guys poke at you too.
Yeah, they
Oh, the spray even. Oh, that's just nasty.
Yeah.
Funny, but nasty.
Kobe trying to look for something. Great body blocks there. He's going to be in a little trouble. Twilight Dream. And a lightning ball forced here.
Oh,
Kobe's going to be in trouble with the beat.
nice. Sound barrier. Kobe goes down. Sound barrier does save Sitch, though. This fort is a goner.
And just like that, there's a level lead here for Queens. We see that Zool threat. Those two forts taking. And potentially a third fort taken if Queens can win this objective, which I think they should be able to if they just hop on it real quick with
I think they're going to.
Diablo.
I like what Phoenix Rising Sapphire is doing. They know they probably can't contest the objective, so they're just going to take a camp and have bottom pressure, force Zool, if nobody else, to have to respond to it. Yeah. And they are putting some bottom pressure on the wall as well.
Yeah, I think that's like the best thing they could really be doing right now is try to trade a fort for a fort here and then go protect the keep. This is an Arcane Punisher, so we'll be able to put a lot of damage. Won't be able to stall or stun the structures, as I was trying to think of the word to say.
If they get this fort down, though, that Punisher's going to waste no energy other than on the healing beacon. So
yeah,
he's going keep wall. I do like the double siege pressure they have in mid and bot. Zool will be able to clean it up. However, Odin gets popped. Volk's taking some damage. Hasn't lost the plate yet, though.
See, Phoenix U's kind of zoning off through this of the team. They can't step up as easily. They're going to save this keep.
Nice defense for Phoenix Rising. But they are about a level behind, so they are going to have to start looking for kills while they're on the same talent tier. Otherwise, the Queens will be on their way to 21st.
Yeah, so potentially a fight here if they choose to invade. May's kind of holding this bush, trying to see where they are. She has Ice Wall up. It's going to be a good choke
face check. Oh, face check by Kobe.
There's that
Ice Wall goes out. Entomb goes out. Oh, big breath.
Deathwing.
Oh, nice sound barrier.
The conflag spreading, though. Great beat by Lagwagon.
3 down. 3 members of Phoenix Rising Sapphire. Kobe pops right back. He's like, nah, I didn't die. I really didn't die. You didn't see anything. And with that, though, I am going to give some credit to Sapphire. They do have, bottom lane still held in mid. So, that's not a worry. They do have some minions, and minions will be spawning to help with the camp. So that should. So they just got to take care of this top pressure and not stagger their depths.
Yeah, they're looking to confirm this keep. I don't know if they will be able to. Their poke on the keep is lacking. Should be able to defend. But 20 is on the horizon.
And Phoenix Rising is a level and a half behind. And they are walking away. Looks like both teams are grabbing their shaman camps. Smart move. Deathwing's heading bottom to take that bottom camp. It's a shame. He needs to be. You might want to step up just a little when he runs out of breath before they reset like they just did. All that was for naught. Great breath weapon, but you got to kind of be in melee range in order to actually make it effective.
Yeah.
So you have Diablo and Drapes guarding bot right now.
Yeah, we're kind of seeing Queens play a little bit passive here with their 20s. Pushing out the lanes. If they keep this up, Sapphire will be able to contest with 20 here.
Yes, they will be really close to having it for this objective. So they should be able to pressure in if they so want this objective. And I think you really want to fight for it if you can.
Yeah, I think they'll look to clear this mid wave. Top wave needs to be cleared. I would like to see them send someone bot just to try to catch that wave. Yeah, it's tough. It's tight. They're super close to 20, but not quite there. It's hard to contest.
Yeah. But they are about to hit it in a second. Diablo gets ice walled. 20s are now online, and they are trying to pick them as quick as they can. And they are going in. Oh, Soundberry popped, I would say, just a little bit early. But APOC goes out. They get the stun. Top goes out. The level 20 upgrade for Leo is creating some value. Big red button's just laying havoc. One minion away. They could steal these healing gems if they wanted, but they decided to back off.
Now you see top lane posing a little bit of threat. Shouldn't do any damage, but that keep does fall.
And Deathwing lands. Kobe died to minions. I'm not 100% sure where. That might have been with the Deathwing. Punisher leap. And Phoenix Rising has to be careful. If they can get another kill here, that could be game.
Yeah, I mean, they have Bellowing Roar, they have Twilight Dream, they have the Lightning Ball, they have the weapons here to end this game.
They're going for it.
Looking for it.
Ooh, big 3-man stun by John Cena. Fear goes out by Valkyries on the Deathwing. 50%, 30, 20, 19, 14, 5. GG. Icecrown Citadel Queens with the comeback in Game 2. Taking us to a Game 3. Well played. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, like you said, well played. The game was looking like back and forth like we talked about in the early game, and then somewhere along the way, Queens just kind of found their footing and found the momentum and just took it running.
So, who do you give your MVPs to?
Here, for Queens, it's tough. I think everyone played a really good game. I'm gonna have to give it to the Zool. I think the Zool posed a really big threat. It was slow,
I agree,
but eventually his soaking led to forts being taken and just a lot of damage that was hard to get rid of. And from the side of Sapphire, I think Tychus played really well. I think that Leoric was doing a job. He had a couple really good entombs. I think overall everyone performed pretty well, but I'd have to give it to Tychus for the Sapphire.
Wow, and I am in 100% agreement with both your picks. I thought the Tychus, I mean, I really like how Lagwagon played on the Lucio. Some of his V-drops were really on point to keep his team alive when they needed it. But I do have to give it to, Tychus and Zool, both of which were the X factor in the game. All right, so let's get everybody up to score. Let's do a quick ad, and then we'll show you the maps. And as you can see, Icecrown Citadel, so we are going to a Game 3. The caster in me is excited. The PRE supporter in me is saddened. But, there has to be a winner, there has to be a loser of every match. So, great game played by Icecrown Citadel Queens. Lich Queen and all of her organization, they know that I respect the hell out of all of them. So, Definitely a good job for all of them. Mad respect. Just gonna play some music while we're waiting for our lobby to show up. Let me look.
Well, while we're waiting for a second, I'm gonna go refill my water.
Okay, they just popped it up.
Oh. Alright, I found it.
Yeah, I'll let them know you need a minute. And while we have this game, this break, I really want to say thank you for everybody for tuning in. My name is Barhawk. I do try and cast regularly. I'm dealing with some family issues, but I've discovered that casting is actually soothing. So I'm really grateful that Lamort's co-casting with me, and I am going to be casting a few more games this week. I'm trying to pick up one each night. So I do, like I said, have a cast tomorrow. And if you are new to my stream, please don't hesitate to leave a follow. It doesn't cost you anything, and it helps me out greatly. And again, I want to thank everybody for staying tuned. I mean, this is going to be an exciting Game 3. Everything's on the line. Whoever wins this game is going to have 7 points, and they are just going to be an eyeball's hair away from in that final playoff position. So really looking forward to what we're going to see in the final game. Oh. Just checking some things out. Everything's looking good. I hope the volumes levels were good for that game. If anyone if notices one of us too loud or too quiet, or the game volume too loud or too quiet, don't hesitate to tell me. I can adjust. Well played, Volk. I really liked your Deathwing. I'll say that, as a Deathwing player. So kudos to you. You played a really good job. You were in my head as MVP. However, I had to go with the X factor for your team, which to me was the Zool. And I thought the Zool came to your team when needed, provided what was necessary. His mages even got a kill, right? So I had to give my kudos to him for the MVP. However, it doesn't mean you can't earn that spot for Game 3. So I want to wish good luck to both teams in Game 3. I believe my friend is back.
Yes, I'm here.
All right. All right, I'll just let them know that we are ready. Or do you want to let them know that we're ready when they are?
Yeah, I'm excited for Game 3.
Oh.
What or who do you think is going to be the X factor to really decide this Game 3 for either side?
I'm going to have to hold my choice till after the draft.
I respect that.
I just feel that's the safest way, then I can see who I have as an X factor. All right, so let me update the map of where we are going. And that was picked by these guys. So as you can see, oops, what did I do? There we go. We are going to Cursed Hollow, picked by Phoenix Rising Sapphire again. So they really like to be in control of the maps they play on, and I can really respect that.
Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Like we mentioned in the last game, just that comfort of the map, that macro. Could be a shot caller preference. Maybe their shot caller just feels comfortable, especially in this important Game 3. You really want to be on the most comfortable.
Well, I know Stitch is the shot caller for Phoenix Rising, right? And I know the team is comfortable playing on Cursed Hollow. So, uh, yeah, I mean, it's really, for me, I think both teams have played on this map and have done well. So I really think it's going to come down to the draft. And I am super excited, and I hope everybody in the audience is super excited to see the final game. I mean, it's been exciting matches so far. I mean, it's gone either way, and anyone's going to take this match. I'm not sure how much Icecrown Citadel Queens have played this map, so I'm going to give map advantage to Phoenix Rising, because I do know they do play and practice this map. So for me, it's really going to come down to the draft.
Yeah, well, we do see the bans from Queens, Alterac. Pretty common ban, but also kind of a similar play style to Alterac. Bigger map, macro focused. And obviously Alterac has a little bit more powerful of an objective. But it will be interesting to see, like you said, how comfortable they can be on this map, especially with a ban like Alterac, which plays similar macroly.
I 100% agree. So we should be getting into this next match right away. Told them that we were ready. They seem ready, and somebody probably went AFK since they realized someone else was AFK.
Yes, I'm curious. We're probably going to see that variant ban again. We've seen that twice against Covey. The Johanna ban has also appeared twice from the side of Sapphire.
I actually could totally see a Sonya Joanna ban first two for Phoenix Rising again. Nothing wrong with those bans on this map. I mean, the question is, does Queens want to take away Diablo from Kobe? Because Diablo can get a lot of work done on this map with all the choke points.
Yeah, there's a lot of good walls. We see that variant first banned. Not quite sure what to ban in that second spot quite yet. We saw the Gazlo last game, but as we mentioned already, a strong map for him in that Infernal Shrines.
Yeah, and I can see Gazlo on this map as well.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely a strong hero for both Drapes. And on this map, when you get that objective, with all the congestion, one grab bomb can literally change a fight.
Oh yes, especially around those boss fights that often happen, and there it is, that Gazlo.
Yeah, I think that's a really smart call by Queens. And they're taking the Mei away. That's a respect ban, and I agree with that. Mei has, both players who played Mei have been pretty strong on it.
Yeah, they've shown that threat, that slow, made great ice wall plays last game. That did really help Queens. And we see that first pick, Malfurion, that prio on the Malfurion. It's super heavy for Nurse.
They are just sticking to their guns. We have Anduin and Joanna. So are we thinking we're going to see Falling Sword Light Bomb?
I think we definitely could see that. It'll be interesting to see their other picks, to see if that is the path that they will head there. But it is a common combo, as we know, with Ando and Johanna. And I think it could punish someone like the Squishy Malfurion.
So Anub and Kerrigan. What are your thoughts on those two? I like the Anub.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Kerrigan game one. Didn't quite work out how they wanted to. We saw some good things. The Anubrak offers that extra CC that can really set up the Kerrigan, or vice versa. Kerrigan is setting up the Anubrak. So it will be interesting to see as we do see that Deathwing ban coming
Smart
out.
call. I think that's just a general overall good to ban.
Mm-hmm.
And Deathwing can be really strong on this map. If you go Skyfall level 7, it's going to take you like probably 2.5 minutes or 2 minutes before you'll ever get that objective captured because you'll just skyfall you to death.
Yep.
Never did it, just something I read in a book somewhere.
And I see that
Li Ming ban.
Respect there for Stitch on that Li Ming. Posing that threat game 1. Won't be able to pop those orbs again this game.
I wonder... Okay, I'm going to think Stitch might take Chromie.
Chromie is available.
Oh,
yeah. All set from CNR and the Hanzo.
So it's going to be Dragon Arrow or Dragon Strike. I'm guessing, I'm hoping Gust for the Falstad. I think you have cause for a fight for either Dragon Strike or Dragon Arrow for Hanzo.
Yeah, I think if they go the Falling Sword Light Bomb combo, I think that Dragon Arrow will secure it. But if they do go for more of a Light Bomb, Blessed Shield, then the Dragon Strike might prove to be pretty good value, especially with that Gust.
I agree. All right, and while we wait for I'll wait for the last pick to come out, and then I'm going to throw up a poll for everybody in the audience. What you do is you can use your bit points to vote in the poll. I think that gives you more than one vote if you want. And we have the Leoric again. I actually like that. I don't seem to have any issue. And I still say there's cause for either March to Black King or the Entomb. It's whatever they feel is strong for their team. All right.
Yeah, same thing here with the triple front line that March to the Black King can get value. The Unstoppable is going to be really nice for Johanna and Leoric. They have that Unstop to avoid Kerrigan and the new Brack CC.
Okay, for the last and final game, can you give us the introduction of Phoenix Rising Sapphire, please?
Most definitely. We see Stitch playing that Hanzo. Leoric, Blade Drapes playing that Leoric once again. Anduin played by Lagwagon. This is Kobe on that Johanna, and Cena on that Falstad.
All right, and on the side of Icecrown Citadel, let me pop over to their team. We have Jen playing Kerrigan. Nurse on the Malfurion, Mulder on the Tassadar, Valk Slays on the Anubarak, and Destroyer Mishi on the Diva. Lots to talk about. Let's bring up some talents.
The battle begins.
While we're starting, I will be right back. I just have to grab a glass.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let the battle begin.
And so we do see that level 1 from the Falstad, not choosing to go W talent questing, but to go that more macro style of play with the auto attacks. He's looking to stack, so you can kind of see the play style of Falstad coming into his talent choices here. Hanzo going with that W build, Task with the Q at 1, and we see Nurse going back to Emerald Dreams. It seems they like that setup with the CC, the Kerrigan. It worked well in game 1. I don't see why it wouldn't in this game here, and with the Nubrak follow-up as well. I think that sleep can pose an extra just micro stun that can really benefit both those heroes.
All right, and I'm just going to put a poll if anybody wants to partake for a couple minutes. All right, we'll get back into the game. Sorry about that, everybody. So right now everybody's split off. Right away we have Anduin and Hanzo going after the Bruiser camp. I can really respect that. I like how they got their siege camp early as well. I mean, it's going to give them no benefit when the objective comes. In fact, the whole team's going to be up there. Spooky Hand gets missed by Bloody Drapes. It's going to watch center. He's clearing out bottom. They are almost finished this. Good scatter arrow, but Stitch. Holding their lanes pretty close. I really like how S is coming out this fight.
Yeah, we see Drapes bowling the D.Va top. The Siege is almost in range to really start getting some value on the wall. Mishi is doing a good job trying to keep them away from that wall. But again, Drapes, if he keeps hitting those spooky hands, it's gonna be hard for D.Va to contest that.
Not to mention, she is taking damage. She does have her mech now, so I'm sure she's saying, oh, I feel like a person again.
And we do see a lot of damage come on this mid wall here for Sapphire with that Bruiser Camp, getting value out of that Bruiser Camp. But also on the other side, for Queens, they have that Bruiser Camp timed with the objective, so it'll be interesting to see if they can get some value out of this.
Now, Falstad has flight, so he's going to clear bottom. Covey just as a field smashed, or shield smashed Voxley's face. And again, we have that full metal for the D.Va player.
Dude, you set full metal. You see Nubreki in, just a little poke, try to zone off, try to take some ground, try and get Kerrigan that tribute, which they don't mind. They have Hanzo dealing with mid, getting some damage bot. They have a half level lead from just that little bit of a stall and playing the lanes.
And by the looks of the poll, the majority are voting for the Icecrown Citadel Queens. So we shall see. Oh, we have a pause. Just give me 1 second as I get back to the map screen so we get that resolved. %98 voted for the Queens.
Yeah, it will be interesting if they can execute this Nubrak Kerrigan, and with that Emerald Dream, Nurse back on the level 1, it'll be interesting to see if they can execute that CC chain, and see if they can put out the damage necessary to get those picks. But the global presence, if Sapphire play it right, as they already have been playing it really well, this Falstad will be getting a lot of value.
I think that was a smart call. Oh, sorry, I gotta get back into the game. Sorry, guys. There we go. You didn't miss anything. Nobody died. I promise. Yeah, keeping Falstad bottom for that first objective, I think, was really wise. It gave them almost a full level lead.
Yeah, they're just about there, and I mean, it looks like he's going to be doing it again. They kind of have a little bush party here set up. Covey, Drapes right there. In the top side bush of the trib that's spawning. D.Va pushing in top, trying to catch up in that EXP. Siege Camp trying to force the Falstad to clear something else.
It was a good chastise by Lag. It was a shame that there was no one there to help follow up.
I think they really are just looking to stall these out. If you could get a flashlight out.
Oh.
I can't get the stall there. If they were able to get a stall, this Falstad's going to get even more damage bot. As we see, he's already dealt with the wall. He's dealing with the siege camp. That well is even going to go down here.
Let's take a look at what Falstad is doing for damage. Yeah, he's doing really well in the bottom. I mean, they are going to have 10s for the next objective. And I have a feeling that the Icecrown Queens won't have their 10s. They may be close, but I don't think it'll be close enough. 29 seconds.
I think Sapphire have been playing this really well. They gave the first 2 tributes. They have 10, which will confirm this tribute, and they could even make a play for their boss here. With 10s, it'll be tough for Queens to contest the boss as well as this tribute. They can respond by getting their boss right now if they choose to do so. Their boss clear isn't amazing, but they can do it. especially if Sapphire choose to go for their boss instead of the one of Queens.
And it does look like the Queens are going to take their boss. Right away, Phoenix Rising is diving onto theirs.
Yep, so we do see this boss trade. Great play by Queens, trying to make the most out of the situation. Yeah, I feel like that's the best thing they could do in this situation. We see a little harassment from the D.Va. Not going to do too much, just kind of stall it out.
Good cap. So, actually, Phoenix Rising Sapphire taking their boss slightly before Icecrown Citadel Queens, who had actually started it beforehand.
Yeah, and again, we see this global presence. There's just this threat of the Falstad being here. D.Va is forced to clear this boss, and this will just open up the opportunity for, as we see in a tomb top, sorry.
All right, I'll quickly go over 10s. We do have Dragon's Arrow. We have in the Entomb, Holy Word Salvation, Blessed Shield, and Mighty Gust. And for the Queens, we have Summon Ultralisk, Bunny Hop, Archon, Twilight Dream, and Locust Swarm. It's a big fight. Arrow goes out.
Twilight Dream was interrupted.
Nice
Great
protect.
by Anduin.
It gets interrupted, but it gets mostly everybody back to full health. Here comes D.Va in now, so it's a 5 versus 5. No kills yet this game. Nice
Great
leap
ball.
of faith. They get D.Va out of her mech. Kerrigan's in trouble. Chastise onto the Anub.
Nurex low mana, Kerrigan low health.
Scatter Arrow doing some work. "12 seconds on Blessed Shield, as well as Mighty Gust.
I would almost like to see this Falstad kind of peel out, clear these waves. I feel like they can stall a little bit longer with the Hanzo alone.
Right.
I think if they give up this tribute, it's not terrible. But we do see Kobe back in the fight and Malfurion low on mana.
Blessed Shield goes out.
Huge condemn.
Big damage.
Oh, great Dragon Arrow.
Joanna goes down. D.Va's mech goes down. Anubarak goes down. Archon trying to do damage from the back line. However, I think they are forcing the Queens away.
Yeah, Kobe was able to come back at a good time. They got good damage to the bottom wall on the keep as well during that time.
Really nice job, and they didn't give up any experience lead because all 5 of both teams were there. So 13s will come online about 3/4 of a level before the Queens. So really, level advantage isn't much of a big factor here. The way these teams are playing, keeping it safe, I don't see anyone using a talent advantage. Maybe 16 is when they might try and engage, or 20. I think otherwise both teams are just going to play safe. Your thoughts?
Yeah, exactly. I 100% agree. Bosses aren't up for another 2 minutes. Trib just barely procced for the next 30 seconds. This is where we'll see. The thing is the reason why Global is so powerful on this map is that you can give a curse and not lose much. Especially with the siege power that lacks a little bit in the side of Queens. They won't have too much siege damage to really be able to push a lot of structures. And if they do get this curse, then that global factor is even more strong.
Blessed Shield, Entomb, blow up onto Kerrigan, Nurse, Dragon Arrow. Oh, yeah. Nurse goes down. Oh, what a party bush that was.
Yeah, Blessed Shield, Dragon Arrow, they didn't have a chance.
Stitch walks back and says, "Thank you, I'll take this curse."
And here we go, we're going to see that global threat from Cinar, just being able to clear these waves with even more ease, stacking up that level 1, as we see that he's already at 24 stacks.
Now, are they going to push? It looks like they're pushing keep. I'm semi-surprised. I thought maybe they'd go for mid-fort. I think that's what maybe they're rotating to do now. Just trying to bait them a bit, like, hey, here we are.
Yeah,
And you're right.
and
Sinner's already clearing out the bottom to get that advantage.
yeah, the most important part for any team that's on cursed is to get all the soak. Like, it's important to have at least 2 lanes covered, 3 if it's perfect scenario, because we see this huge level advantage being put in place for Sapphire.
Oh yes, they're definitely going to have 16s. Yeah, and they put. I thought they got. To me, I think they got really good value out of their curse.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you can get too much more without getting, I think, a little over greedy before 16. And they're there for their boss. They were there instant. Great timing by Sapphires to be there without any contention being able to have from the side of Queens.
Now the question is 16. Can they get there in time for the invade? I think they can if they want it.
Yeah, I think they could have.
And they do have Gust.
Gonna be close. They have Gust. Looks like Falsett's looking for it. He could get it. They don't have any unstops here. Yep, there it is.
Nice. Oh, they're fighting for the steal. That's going to cost the Nubarak. Diva explosion.
All the into.
Nice protect.
Great protect.
Oh, lag. You are so on point with your protects this game. Good job.
Been on point this whole series, from the beats with Lucio to now these protects that we're seeing have really been coming in clutch.
And double boss with the tank down. I mean, I think at least one keeps going down.
Yeah, I think it looks like they're looking for bot. They are looking to get the siege camp. It'll just help siege. And like I said earlier, the boss clear isn't amazing from the side of Queens.
They do get the siege camp. They are going to take bottom keep. That's a given. And for good measure, the boss takes out the sippy cup. They did clear the boss top lane, although it did do wall damage. Took down all the cannons. But there is a lot of minions and a catapult on that keep.
Yeah, it's gonna be going down here to about a fourth HP taken off that life bar, which will be huge. They don't even have any counter catapult pressure in this top lane. That top fort for Sapphire is standing at just barely enough HP.
To be called a fort still? And I really think they're not going to be contested on this point.
No, I think Queens are in a tough spot. They're on the back foot. Luckily, it's Cursed Hollow. Sapphire still needs 3 tribs to get another curse. Queens can play a little bit passive, try to clear out these lanes, try to get some map control.
I think it's a good choice. They're taking their bruiser camp. Get that taken care of. Get that sent. And again, though, Phoenix Rising starts later, captures first on all the objectives they've gone for.
Yep.
It just shows the damage they're actually putting out.
Yeah, they're playing with that global Falstad really well. They're showing the power that globals can have on especially maps like this, where that threat is just super strong. And if you don't deal with it, well, we see what's happening. That level advantage is just huge.
Oh, I agree. And looking at the hero damage right now, our top damage is actually Leoric at 19,830 for Sapphire, and Tassadar at 20,656. Yeah, I mean, this game is going really well. However, almost a 2.25 level lead. 20s are going to not be online for this trib unless they just decide to stall it.
Yeah, this is a scary fight. It's even talent tier, but those 3-2 levels is pretty impactful on the side of scaling. So this is a little scary for Queens, but they're gonna try to make something happen here.
Kobe's looking to set up a blessed shield. Decides to hold it.
Entomb is up.
Yeah, all the ultimates are up.
Success.
Drapes gets away. Nice dragon arrow. Big gust. With the followed by the shield. Kobe's going down. Protect goes out. trying to chew away Kerrigan, but she gets close to full. All ultimates have been used by both teams. Diva Explosion is going to catch Stitch. No, it doesn't. Nice jump. So they are giving up a curse. Drapes does try to stall. I mean, he's a Leoric, so he doesn't mind dying. He can come back pretty quick. However, in the bottom lane, I mean, these minions are coming in. They will get cleared by the minion waves, having only 1 hit point. So, I think Queens really need to put pressure and try and at least, I like what they're doing here, trying to go for this keep.
Yeah, I think going for this keep is strong. I would maybe like to see the Diva peel off to try and catch the soak that they are getting in other lanes, so they could get 20. But it looks like they're just trying to commit to this keep.
10 seconds till Leoric's back, give or take. He cheats staff.
He does have Entomb, and there's Dragon Arrow. They have their ultis.
Shield hits.
Shield hit.
Dragon Arrow does.
Up here.
Level 20 Entomb. Does Diva, and Malfurion down. So Curse does go out. The keep is going to be saved on the side of Phoenix Rising. However, in the bottom and mid lanes, they were able to push up to the keep walls, so some damage control having to be done by Phoenix Rising. But I really thought they defended that curse extremely well, considering what was against them, and right away back on their boss. That's their win condition.
Yeah, I mean they've been timing this boss really well all game. And like you said, a really good defense from Sapphire. A little greedy on the side of Queens. They really wanted that keep. Makes sense. They want to try to get some map pressure. I would have liked to see the Diva kind of go out in the other lanes, get that soak, and try to get 20. And now they're going to be down here with a boss defense, down 20.
Oh, it looks like they might have trapped Tassadar. Oh, and they did. They got him. Nice Gust. Good protect. Wind tunnel onto Udanubarak. That's 2 dead. This boss is going straight to core.
Yeah, super healthy. Their boss clear, like I've said earlier, is not the greatest.
Good game. GGs are being called. I like to not think it's over yet. Nice. Lagwagon has been on point with his shields, for his divine. It's just been incredible. 34%, 20%, 11, 5, 3, 2, 1, 0. Phoenix Rising Sapphire takes this best of 3 in a 2-1 victory. Good game, well played by both teams. You showed you wanted to win. I hold no ills to either. Final kills were 10-4. Let's quickly go over some numbers. 59,000 by Lagwagon, really good job, and 36,000 by the Malf. It saddens me to think that each game Malf's healing numbers went down. That's surprising. Damage-wise, we have Hanzo is top for Phoenix Rising at 39,000, and Diva with 31,000 for her team, and Tassadar with 101,000 Siege. Good game, man. You guys played really well. All right, let's pick your MVPs. I'll tell you mine, and you tell me if you agree.
Sounds good.
Okay. Phoenix Rising, I'm sorry. I have to give it to Lag. I thought his protections and his occasional yeet of fates were so on point, and he didn't die. I mean, I can go to Hanzo or the Falstad as the X Factor, but I'm going to give it to Lag. I thought he played out of his mind that game. And I think I'm going to actually have to give it to, I think, the Tassadar player for Icecrown Citadel Queens. What about you?
I'll have to agree with you. I think Lag played an amazing series. Those beats, game 1 and game 2, were really impactful, and as well as, like you mentioned, those protects came in at great times, multiple times, saving a couple teammates. But it has been very impressive. invested to watch Lagwagon kind of protect his team and save his team, and I'll agree with you on the Tassadar too. Tass trying to put out that damage. He had some good Archon value. Yeah, I agree with you.
Awesome. Wow. Well, let's see if we can't get somebody to come over, and we'll do a winner's interview. I'm sure Stitz will be joining us shortly. No, I can confirm. I mean, Drapes played a great Leoric, and he did only die the one time. Very impressive. All right. Oh, wow. All right, everybody. I think they're excited to win because I am being joined by pretty much the entire team of Phoenix Rising Amethyst. So we're going to do this one person at a time.
I'm going to keep quiet. Don't even bother asking me questions.
That's not going to happen.
Say GG's to everybody.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so let me start with Kobe then, since he doesn't want to talk. For those who are unaware, this is Kobe is our major founder for the Phoenix Rising Amethyst organization. He keeps us running, keeps everything together, keeps everybody happy as best he can.
I'm not going to take all that credit. I have a strong team behind us and a great community to help out.
Momo.
All right. But still, I do want to give a shout out. I mean, I thought you're tanking. You played extremely well. I mean, you were pretty much, I hate to say it, but you were the deaths in the third game. And I hate to say it, but you only died twice. And as a tank, it's going to happen. But I thought some of your flashlights were really on point, and your condemns and your shields. The shield follow up to the Entomb and the Dragon's Arrow, I got just secured misery for the other team for you guys. So I want to say kudos to you, and if you're not going to talk, I won't ask you any more questions.
No, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
All right, so I'm going to start with Stitch, and we will talk. First, I want to know why you guys decided map pick all 3 games. That's my first question.
I don't know. I think I like the fact that it gives us the last pick in the draft to try to pick up any specific counters for something that they may have. And obviously, like most teams at this level, we're stronger on certain maps than others. So just securing us a stronger map if we can, I feel helps us out.
Okay, I'm going to pop this one next to Meat Drapes. We're still talking Towers of Doom. You were able to get your... Did you get your... Yeah, you got your Gazlo on Towers of Doom. How did it feel? And...
Well, first time playing Gazlo, so I was a little nervous, you know. But I might play him again. Who knows? It worked out pretty well.
I thought your grabber bombs were 99.8% on point. I think you did whiff on one. But I have to just give you a hard time about that one. But
I'm not gonna lie, I was nervous this whole series.
Well, I mean,
Later had me on my toes.
I mean, you guys were going against a really evenly matched team. I thought all 3 games were really, really well. And it could have gone either way for both teams. So, I mean, yeah, I think you're right to be nervous. And winning this gives you, you're at 7 points. You're 1 point behind the 8th place team. So you have a great shot of making it into the playoffs. So I'm really cheering for you guys to go on with that. Let me go to Sinner. I forget who you played in game 1, if you could remind me.
In game 1 on Towers, I played Tychus.
You were the Tychus? Okay.
Uh-huh.
I really liked the Tychus play. I thought when your Odins were popped, really key times. I definitely got to give a bit of kudos to Stitch on when he was playing Li Ming. And I don't know how it got through, but he got an orb through. He threaded the needle and it hit the guy channeling, so it stopped the channel and literally put like 3 other players to like half, if not a quarter health. So good job doing that, Stitch. Really nicely done.
Thank you.
Now, Stitch, did you guys feel you had map 1 pretty much in your control the whole game, or were you getting worried when they were taking advantages, or was it like, let's stick to our game plan and we're going to, we can pull this off, right? Because you guys were the only team in that game who took opposition fort control, and you were able to do it twice. but it really made no difference, I think, other than once for a channel, right? So you guys played extremely well from behind, um, you know, to keep yourselves in the game, you know, not going too low. You guys ended up at 9, you know, as a final. But, I mean, I think what the Queens did in error is they had that one channel when they had I think 2 or 3 of you dead, and they channeled while Jaina was getting back the fort. And if they had waited, I think that would have been game changer, because they would have had the
Had they
4
gotten the fort
points.
first.
No, they didn't. No.
I'm saying had they gotten the
Yes.
fort first.
Yes. Yeah. If they got in the fort, then they would have had the 4 shots. That would have put you guys at 8. Boss would have put you guys at 3, right? So all they would have needed was one channel, and you guys just said, "Screw that. That's not going to happen." And you guys just came out of the woodworks, got a 3-man kill, and it set you up for the double channel plus boss win. So tell me how you guys were feeling about that game.
Yeah, I mean, they came out strong, right? Like super heavy dive. Kobe we couldn't keep him alive. We couldn't do anything. I mean, just super shout out to Drapes who kept us in that with all that soak. He was crushing, not dying. Yeah, I mean, we just kind of stuck to our game plan. Both teams, I thought, played it really well, and we just have to come out on top.
Now, were you concerned at any point when they were getting the numbers advantage? Did you think, was anybody like, uh-oh, and it was like, hey, let's not say that, we still can win this game, because Towers of Doom, it's not over till the last shot's fired.
The first 6 minutes was Covey panicking and then telling me, "Quit dying, stop inting." I don't know what to do. I can't engage. If I do, they blow me up.
We're like, reset, bro. You got this. You got this, and you did. So
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
I gotta thank the team for that too. It's hard to get me out of my funks, and they did.
When you were stacked on your Diablo, you were making some really nice plays with your Apox, your Hellgate, and then even your flip overs for your team to get the follow ups and get the kills. So I mean, like I said, I'm giving you kudos. You did really, I was really impressed. Surprised you didn't take the self healing auto attack at 4. But through talking, you know, Lamort and I realized we totally understood the reasoning for it, and it seemed to work out for you, right? So I have nothing bad to say about that. Lamort, is there anything you'd like to ask or comment on about Game 1, Towers of Doom?
No, nothing really. I guess just kind of an overall question about the Malfurion from Nurse. Seemed to be a really powerful pick. Game 1 especially seemed to be pretty annoying for you guys, especially with that sleep. Kind of set up the Kerrigan a lot, set up a lot of damage. What was your guys' thoughts against that going into the other 2 games? Because we saw that Malf wasn't able to get as much value as he did Game 1, but it was picked all 3 games. So what was your guys' response to that?
So we didn't really respond very well in Game 2, to be perfectly honest. We were having a hard time dealing with it. And then Game 3, we just decided, like, all right, they keep doing it. That's what they want to do, is dive in on us. And we just decided, like, let's just sit back and poke, right? Like, pick Joe, pick 2 big beefy frontliners, and then sit back and poke with Hanzo and play more of a macro global game.
I was kind of waiting back, just hoping Malfurion would show up so I could entomb him. So.
No, we're talking about Game 1, so that was your grab bomb.
Grab bomb? Oh, I was just waiting with grab bomb every time.
Yeah, you had some really nice grab bombs, man, I gotta say. I think we ended... Hate to say it, though. I think we ended up giving Stitch the MVP of that game, and also play of the game for his Li Ming play. I mean, it was really nice to see.
Threading the needle? That was
And
a nice one.
Threading the needle was awesome, and I mean, he was a glass cannon Li Ming who didn't die, right?
Oh, yeah, it's MVP for sure. There we go.
Right.
I deserved it on all 3 anyways, just for the shot calls.
Well, that's for your team to decide, and I'll get to map 3 because I really want to give kudos to my MVP for Game 3. But let's talk about Game 2. Unfortunately, you did lose it, but you guys had that game. It was back and forth. Like, you guys took a Punisher, then they took a Punisher, and then when they got their Punisher, they just seemed to come online a bit, and I knew they didn't want to lose like in a domination. So they definitely fought, and I give mad respect to the Icecrown Citadel Queens.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
they were great competition in that
they played to a
good
T.
series.
So, do you guys feel? Maybe I can pass this to Stitch. Um, do you feel there was a window that you guys could come back, and you guys missed that window, or do you feel it was just they just played better, they macroed better, right?
Yeah, there was a point in time I think it was we finally caught up and got 20, right? We're like, okay, hey, this is what we want. We knew that they were going to try to go to our camp, and we were going to try to set up and basically gank them, and they eventually caught us in a funnel and just blew us up.
Yeah, our bottom siege campus. Yeah, that's. I didn't respond quick enough on that. They got to pick off on that, and it just kind of snowballed from there.
Okay, well, I'm not going to dwell on that. You know, no reason to. I still thought you guys played a really good game. So let's go to the all-encompassing deciding game 3, which again you guys went to Cursed Hollow. I know it's a map you guys play, right? I know it's a map you guys are really comfortable on, and I think it showed. I mean, they only took their boss once, and you guys took their boss, I believe, 3 times. So I mean, let me see, who do I want to start with?
I gotta say shout out to our coaches for that too, because our play on Cursed Hollow used to not be where it's at.
Awesome, yeah.
Like
That's
the team has put in so much work, and our coaches have been working with us a lot on that map, and it's like it's just a night and day performance difference on that.
right.
So I just want to kind of call that out real quick.
Yep. Yeah. Sinner, you, if I'm not mistaken, you played the Falstead, right?
That is correct. Yeah, I played Falstad on Cursed Hollow.
I'm just going to turn you up a little. You're a little quiet. I want to make sure my fans hear you.
Yeah.
So I want to say, great job. I think how the team utilized you was actually perfect. You know, you gave up the first 2 objectives, yet, I mean, you were getting so much soak in between that you guys were like, it was 10 to 8 when your 10s came online, right? So I just want to say, man, you played a really good Falstead, and when you snuck around, as the team was buying you time to sneak around on the final boss, and then your gust, you know, Diva's explosion. But you guys handled it, man, and you guys took that boss. You guys won. Like, really, really good Falstead play, in my opinion.
Yeah, thank you. That comes back to the captain making the calls of what they want a team fight, and they're really good at it. So let's go to a little bit of a poke and global style play, and I think the whole team executed really well, to be honest.
I actually agree with you. I think your whole team executed beautifully. Kobe, like, now, okay, there's a lot of times we saw Entomb, Blessed Shield, and the Dragon Arrow, right? Not at the same time, but they overlapped, buying you guys more time for the kills. Now, Stitch, was that you making the calls, or just like one person like Kobe say, I got Shield, Drapes to be okay, I got Entomb, and then you would say, okay, Dragon Arrow? Like, how did that work where you didn't overlap, so that it was like everybody stunned and now they're stunned again? So were you calling that, or is that just how the team was playing?
So the engage was coming from either Drapes for the Entomb or Kobe for the Shield, and then I was pretty much just holding arrow to follow up from there.
That's awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
you guys played that map really well. What was your strategy going in? Did their draft concern you at all? Yeah, how did you guys, like, I don't think you guys really let off the handle at all during that last game. You guys just seemed to take the lead. You were a step ahead. Your damage was faster. Like, they were starting their boss before you guys even got there, and you took your boss first, right? Same as when you went to bruiser camps, right? They would already be starting theirs. You guys were taking bruiser camps faster than them, right? Your boss clear was stronger. Your lane clear, I feel, was stronger. I mean, did you guys drop that specifically, like with the Leo and all that, just to keep that clear?
Yeah, I mean, game one was so close, right? And then after losing game two and them kind of having the same sort of draft going into game three, we knew if we just tried to run it down the middle at him or something like that, it wasn't going to pan out. So just, trying to draft the wave clear and the more global macro stuff, and then having a team that can poke to just kind of get enough delay on those tributes in order to get value out of the Falstad.
Well, I have to say I was super surprised. I actually thought Falstad was going to be the X factor of that game, and to a degree he was. Maybe he was the T factor, right? But for me, honestly, and I give this person absolute kudos for his play, what he did, how he played, and I want to shout that. And I gave MVP of the last game to Lagwagon.
Yeah,
Right.
bubbles for days, baby.
Man,
So clutch.
his bubbles were on point. His leaps
Yes,
saved
they
you
were.
guys, right? I mean, and Lagwagon, if you're in the chat.
I don't think any of us expected the bubble to. Like,
We had talked about it before going in, and then he was like, I don't know. And then he just picked it and it saved us. So,
oh yeah, they popped up at the most glorious times. Hell
And
yeah.
at one point, Kobe's like, I'm dead. And then the bubble came out. Well, never mind.
I'm not dead.
Yeah, I mean, he was so clutch. And like I say, Lag, if you're in the chat still, my friend, you have my respect. That was some beautiful Anduin play, right? Really clutch heals and really great saves.
Well earned MVP.
So if you get a chance to talk to him, make sure that you share my love for him with that one. Let's see. Lamort, do you have any questions you want to pop to these guys before we let them do shoutouts and close this off?
No, I got nothing more than what I already asked.
All right. So I'll go down the list and I'll let you guys do your shoutouts. And then I will let you guys go and celebrate with your team. I'll finish off by saying great performance by you guys. Really looking forward to seeing now that you guys, you have that victory and you can start pushing forward. And really looking forward to seeing how strong, because your team has come such a long way. I remember when it was in its infancy. And I mean, you guys are above and beyond my expectations of where you are right now. So kudos to all of you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so on that note, Drapes, I'll let you give your shout out first.
Well, thanks for the casting us. I always like to go back and watch your cast anyway, so that was cool. Team captain, amazing shot calls for Stitch. Sinar, amazing draft, even though I fought you the whole way. Colby, great tanking. And just clutch healing from lag. So I'd like to, thank the other team. They had me nervous all night. The offlaner, pretty solid. Yeah, it was good all around. So, and thanks to our coaches, just getting us to where we're at.
All right, well, I'm going to drop Stitch because he's the captain, so I'm going to talk to him last. Let's go on to Sinner.
Yeah, my shoutouts are pretty much the same, man. Same as they always are going to be. Shout out to my wife for taking care of the kids so I can come do this. And to my team, man, you guys executed, stayed cool, adapted, and got us a W. So thanks, guys.
All right, thank you. Covey, anything else?
Basically, I have to echo everybody else's sentiments. Like, shout out to you guys for letting us get out there and always offering such great content for us to watch our replays and whatnot. And shout out to the team, to our coaches, definitely shout out to Icecrown Citadel Queens. Like, I'm really excited that we had an opportunity to line up against them. They gave us a hell of a challenge, and looking forward to playing against them again for sure.
Awesome, thank you. And last but not least, the captain of the team, Stitch, also the shot caller. The floor is yours.
Yeah, I mean, first I want to do a shout out to the guys, right? Like, the team's been working really hard. We've been putting in a lot of time practicing. I want to get a shout out to the Icecrown Citadel Queens. Like, we never felt like we were just, winning those games easily by any means. And then last, like, our coaches, but I'm going to call them out by name, like Rain and Panda have put in countless hours with us, trying to bring us up to just, like, terrible players from horrible players. So it's been really nice.
From horrible to kind of crappy to not so good.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, I thank you guys immensely for taking the time to join us for this interview. Again, congratulations on your games. I know you guys are really excited, so I'm not going to stop you from going back and enjoying in your Discord and saying cheers and giving kisses to all those that you want to give a kiss to. Yeah, great game played by you guys. Looking forward to seeing what's coming up next. Looking forward to maybe picking up another cast if I have the time for it. And yeah, I'll let you guys go. Lamort and I will close off this and we will call it an evening. So congratulations, and I'll talk to you soon.
Hey, thanks, guys.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
All right. So let me play some background music while we do this. All right, so Lamort, we watched an exciting best-of-3 match between Phoenix Rising Sapphire and the Icecrown Citadel Queens. Either of which team could have won the series. I honestly believe that. And I think it was a great job done by all. They provided some really nice entertainment to watch. And again, I mean, I'm just giving MVP to Lag for the entire series, and just based off what he did with his Anduin. It was banned the first 2 games, and when he got it, we saw what he was able to do with his Anduin. So tell me your final thoughts as we close this out.
No, I'll have to agree with you, Spar. I think Lagwagon really did play an excellent game. Came in clutch throughout the series, from the beats to the protects on that Anduin. Great play from him. Great series, like you said. I also agree that I think it could have gone both ways. Both teams played really well, and in the end, it really came down to a couple moments in each game that really set the favor to one side or the other. And again, happy to cast with you, Spar, and I appreciate the opportunity you gave me to co-cast with you.
Always my pleasure, whenever I can. And also, for those of you in the audience still, I'm just going to let you know that I have a cast tomorrow night at 9:30 Eastern Time, so a half hour later than normal. I'm going to be casting Vendetta versus Phoenix Rising Ruby. That's a Nexus Division game, so I hope you can come out and watch it, because it's going to be really exciting to watch that top caliber of game being played. Do you have a match tomorrow night or a practice, Lamort?
Yeah, PRC will be playing. Phoenix Rising Citrine will be playing Phoenix Rising Topaz.
Oh yeah, I wanted to pick that game up, but it was already picked up. I really regretted it.
Yeah, so it'll be a good game.
All right. Well, I'm going to wish you the best of luck with your match tomorrow night. That's for sure. I hope you guys. I mean, I'm not cheering for anybody, but I am for you guys. we'll keep it between us and all the people who watch this replay. All right, my friend. So again, everybody, I hope you were entertained. If you haven't and feel like it, please leave a follow. I really appreciate it. And if not, it's totally good. Just going to play a quick promo for Phoenix Rising Esports, and then we'll just end it off with some music. So just give me 1 second, and then I'll say goodbyes. And now that that's done, I am going to say good night to everyone. Have yourselves a great one, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys tomorrow or seeing you in the Nexus. Say good night, Lamort.
Good night to all. Thanks for watching.
All right, take care, everybody. We'll see you soon.